Hello guys, now we are on page 63 and we're going to do the writing section. So first of all we have a narrative here. Let's look at exercise 5. It says read the narrative about an emergency, then complete the chart, type the answers. Okay. Here you have to write the time, the place, the emergency, and the reactions to the emergency. So in the time you have to say when, in the place you have to say where, the emergency is what actually happened, and the reactions is what the people did after the emergency took place. In a narrative about an emergency or another event, we usually give background information about the time and place. Then we describe the event and people's reaction to it. Model. Last Saturday morning, my parents were in the living room and I was reading a book in my bedroom. Just have a look at this because here you have the past continuous because you are explaining what was happening at the moment that something happened. My brother was at his friend's house. It was a cold day and it was very windy. You can also talk about the weather. If it was cold, if it was hot, if it was rainy, etc. Suddenly, there was a loud noise, and a tree from our garden fell onto the house. I ran downstairs and found my parents. Then my father called emergency services. You can also use sequencer words like in the previous unit. Then, after that, later, etc. They came and checked the house was safe. After that, you see, after that, another sequencer. Some men took the tree and we cleaned the house. It was very messy. The tree didn't hurt anyone, but we were all frightened by the experience. After that, you can do exercise 6, in which you have to read the writing help, this here, and then look at the model from exercise 5. What do the subject pronouns and possessive adjectives in color refer to? What do they refer to? This is, which is here, his friend's house. Who are we talking about with his friend's house? Ah, when we say from our garden, whose garden are we talking about? They. They refers to the subject. Which subject? What do they refer to? And the same with it. It was very messy. What was very messy? Right? That's what you have to do in this exercise. You can do the activity that I uploaded to Aules about the possessive pronouns. In exercise 7, you have to replace these words for correct pronouns or possessive adjectives or possessive pronouns if you want to. Okay, just to practice a little bit. And then what you have to do is to write a paragraph like this in which you have to describe the weather, you have to say where it happened, what happened, and your reactions to what happened. Okay, you can use the past simple and the past continuous tense to talk about it. Write a narrative about an emergency or another event. I don't mind if it is an emergency or not. Before you write, complete the chart in exercise 5 about an emergency or another event. So you can do something like this. You can do something like this because it will be easier for you to do the writing after you complete something like this, a chart like this. Okay. Now write. Use the writing model and the information in your chart to help you write the narrative. Pay attention to referencing. And that's all. Please do it and you will give it to me on Monday.